Hey friends, and welcome back to Channel Surf. If this is your first time here, I'm Jazz and I watch a shit ton of TV. And one of the shows that I've been watching and recapping this season is the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now we're on episode 15, so we're almost at the end of the season, but I had to bring in another amazing creator to recap this episode with me. Now, you might have seen his platform, okay? He is the CEO and founder of Reality Chat. Without further ado, let's welcome Kevin Sabe.
Hello,
Hi.
hello. Hi.
I'm so glad to have you. I have to tell the people how we met. It was a couple weeks ago, actually, and
Mhm.
we were both panelists on Reality Right After with Wellington, and we just hit it
Yes,
off.
exactly. I was like, oh, I love her views. Bring me on whenever you need me, bring me on.
Yes, I'm so excited. So we're getting into the Real Housewives of Potomac. We are
Mhm.
on season 10, episode 15. How are you feeling about the season? We're almost at the end. How do you like it?
I really like this season. Like, I really thought that, like, with no Karen, I'm like, ooh, are they gonna be able to hold it down without her? But this, I haven't felt Karen's absence, honestly. And that I don't mean that in a negative way, but they really been holding it down, like on their own. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I actually was feeling bad because at some points when I'm watching, I forget that we're missing Karen.
Mhm.
And it's not I love Karen, that's my boo, but sometimes I'm just like, "Oh, wait a minute. She would usually be here
Right.
interjecting." I think this season would look a lot different for Angel and Kay if
For
Karen
sure.
was there. So, like I said, I am kind of happy though that the season is over. Like with Potomac, there is a plateau that I reach with them because they get so one note to me after a while. Like I feel like they choose every season one person that they're going to haze and be mean to. And so I can only take so many episodes of them just like dogpiling on one
Right.
person. And so I feel like that's where I'm at with it.
Mhm.
I haven't stopped watching yet, but I'm like, man, I'm just glad we're almost at the reunions.
Absolutely. Poor Angel. I mean, well,
Is it poor Angel?
is it? But I did notice, especially with this episode, the dog pilot, and that gets stale really quick. So
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but let's jump into this episode. Okay, we are here in our Kemo Sabe inspired cowboy
yes,
hats.
yes,
Okay.
we love a theme.
Yes, mine is
Mhm.
actually a double feature. So I have the hat on. It's not from Kemo Sabe, y'all. If it was, it would fit a lot better. But I have this hat on because they were in Aspen this week. But I'm also trying to do a brown hat and brown turtleneck like Lisa Barlow in the earlier episodes of
Ah,
Salt Lake City. Because I was like, why do I low key live for this look with the hat and the turtleneck? So shout out
I
to you, Lisa
live.
Barlow.
I love a
I
cowboy hat.
Yes, I do too. They look so good. So we open this episode. Angel is telling Kay and Tia what Monique said, and they flash back to Angel actually saying she doesn't really want to go with the ladies. And I want to know because the reason that Angel knows about what Monique said is because of Jazzy. Do
Mhm.
you think it was wrong for Jazzy to tell Angel?
No, this is Housewives. This is the sport of Housewives. I feel like Monique said it, and at this point, Monique, you've done multiple seasons. Anything that you say on camera is not safe for it to just be kept within the group, like that you said it to. So, no, I don't think it was wrong at all. Jazzy's doing that job, you know?
You know what I'm saying? That's what you're
Mhm.
supposed to do as a housewife. And like you said, anything you say can and will be used against you in the
Exactly.
court of the housewives. Okay.
Yes.
So they arrive at the Clearport and they hop on the private jet. Now, we've never had a private jet on Potomac. So they can give Angel fever, but she's upgraded them a little bit.
And she let them know that you're on my jet. She did not hesitate to let them know. I'm y'all are on this jet because of me.
Thank you. And I'm like, Angel, it's like we see glimpses of her like really getting with the girls. I'm like,
Mhm.
do that more consistently and you will survive.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't know. But yeah, so they tore Miss Angel up on that Falcon 900 plane. I want to get your opinion though. Are
Mhm.
they right for being upset with her?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Kiarna, which that's her homegirl. Of course, she's gonna stand up for her. Kiarna's like, well, we've had many issues on trips before. Y'all had water. Water is like a basic need for humans. Like you needed to drink, you needed to wash. Like I would be pissed if I'm on a Bravo Housewives trip and there's no water. This isn't Zeus, okay? What's going on? Where is the water?
Literally, like this is not what it Giselle call it, the projects. This is not
Right.
this is not the projects. These are not the slums. Like I think they were well within their right to be mad. Now, the way that they expressed the anger to me was where I was just like, "Oh, this feels a little it feels like if this was any other girl, the smoke wouldn't have been that heavy. They would have been upset, don't get me wrong, but it
Mhm.
feels like because it was Angel, that gave them permission to just, like, go and go and go, and the crazy thing is with this fight, both sides are wrong. They're not wrong for being upset, they're wrong in the way that they handled their anger, but Angel is dead ass wrong for not even connecting or contacting the girls.
Insane.
How do you
Like
do that?
I once the argument started, I see that Angel was trying to apologize, but once the argument started, at first I was like, okay, Gizelle and Wendy are doing a lot. Ashley's chiming in. It felt really like gang up. But then once they revealed that Angel hadn't even reached out to them, I was like, okay, well, she might have to take the heat in this moment because you really left them for dead. Like, what?
Your man left you for dead.
So like I felt like in that moment it was warranted. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I also am like, would I be talking crazy to somebody when I'm on their plane though? Like they were talking crazy to her on her private jet.
Giselle doesn't care. Giselle
Giselle did
doesn't care if
not.
she's in your house, your car,
Yeah.
at your wedding. Giselle is going to let it be known. And I mean, I gotta side with them on this one.
Yeah, I do too. Like I said, a part of me is like, is there a different way they could have handled this? But I know how
Mhm.
I get when I don't have the accommodations that I want. I'm a very like, where's the manager? Because I need to speak to the manager. I'm writing a letter to corporate right now
For
because,
sure.
my water took too long to get hot. Imagine not having any water. And they said it was like 90 degrees in the house. I hate being
And
hot.
makeup, wearing
Yes.
makeup, and then the lights of all the cameras and stuff. Come on. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that was really bad. I do wanna touch on 2 things that I've been seeing on the internet. So, I saw a video where this girl was like, "Kay and Angel are supposed to be best friends. How was this trip Kay's first time seeing Angel's house?" And I was like, I don't remember them saying that they were best friends. Do you?
I remember saying the length of their friendship, like they've been
Right.
friends for over a decade. But as far as best friends, I don't recall them saying that.
Yeah, I don't think they said that, and I also am like, they probably were one of those friends, they were close at a time, but as the years have gone by, they maybe stay in touch, like, here and there, but, like,
Mhm.
not a friend to where she's visiting your house, every Easter, so it wasn't
Right.
shocking to me that Kay had never been to Angel's house because I just figured they were friends or friendly, and then they
Mhm.
reconnected their friendship for the show, really.
Right. Not
That's
to
how I
mention that as we're adults and we live on different coasts and stuff like that,
feel.
you may move into a house and I might not see it for the first 4 or 5 years. Like
Mhm.
I have friends on other coasts where I have not been to their home yet. So I
Yeah.
think it's fair.
Yes, 2 of my closest friends in the world, they haven't been to my home yet because one lives in Nairobi, Kenya, and the other one lives in Canada.
Yeah, so it makes sense to me as adults, we friendship doesn't always mean physical. It can
Yes.
just be over the phone.
Yep,
So
that's it. That's exactly it. So yeah, I wasn't shocked about that. And then the other thing though, it's kind of like some behind the scenes stuff. You probably heard about this, is that production is actually who chooses the house for them to stay in. So there have been some arguments that is it Angel's fault that the house had these weird issues, or is it really production throwing Angel under the bus?
well, here's the thing. I feel like production is playing a part. And also, there was a live with Kiana and Angel where they were recapping the show. This was a few episodes ago. And I asked, hey, do you feel like production is giving you the short end of the stick? As soon as I asked that, both of them were like, oh, like just looking off into the distance. They was like, anyway. Duh, duh." So I do believe that Angel knows, like, she's the fall girl.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's really unfortunate if it's production's fault because because of the show, they can't say that, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
like kind of become a bigger issue with us as a viewing audience, is where we are seeing these issues happen on the show, but they seem a lot deeper than what we're able to see. And it turns out like something happened off camera or
Mm-hmm.
something happened with production. And because they don't want to break the fourth wall in that way, we're just kind of left being like, okay, why would you give them this crazy house? But it's really production has to approve the house. They have to make sure like they're able to shoot in there. They have to sign releases and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So production likely knew that this house came with a couple of those issues. And they are just like, yeah, let's have some fun with Angel. I would hope they're not that cruel though, because
A scheme set up by Todd. My God. Terrible. But
that's
they could have done it in hopes that this would be a push for her to really show herself because before she
ooh.
has been so timid. And they're like, maybe if we put her in the fire, we'll see if she will actually claw her way out.
That now that is interesting.
They
That
test
is
people.
interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Production. Somebody from production, if you want to slide in one of our DMs,
Right.
anonymous, of course. We protect our sources over here, but if y'all
Hey.
want to let us know what the tea really is, we'll take it. We'll take it. So Gizelle also Giselle's on a rampage on this Falcon
For
900
sure.
private jet. Okay, because she pipes up at Kate too. Kate, you were too busy up her ass, and Kate rarely ever has a good comeback. And this is one of those instances where the comeback wasn't good. I'm up my own ass, Kate, ma'am, ma'am.
Like, what's going on with Kay? Like, that was a perfect moment for her to really clap back at Giselle. And it's just, I'm up my own ass. My condo, my house, my things. Like,
My picture frame.
what? I love Kay, but girl, stop letting these people talk to you crazy. You're over here like talking to Angel about don't let them talk crazy to you, and you are not following your own advice.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it with Kay. But and I'm also just I feel like I know Kay has it in her though.
She
Like,
does,
you
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? That's been the thing that's been like confusing me so much about Kay, because I'm like, for some reason I just feel this energy. I'm like, I know you have something else in you, but you keep kind of
Mhm.
giving us kind of lame clapbacks a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
To not be super harsh.
Well, the thing is it's real.
Yeah.
I feel like she has it in her, but like, I need you to stop clapping back like you're like just at home on a Wednesday. Clap back like you have a camera in front of your face and you have a point to prove. What's going on? Girl, you're good Judy's with Candace.
Hello. Hey friends, just wanted to pop in really quickly to remind you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. I can see from my analytics that I get quite a bit of traffic from being on your YouTube homepage. And so I would love to have you as a subscriber and a friend. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and share this video with a friend if you like what you see. Talk to you soon. Bye. So then Gizelle is flexing and she's like, I'm a Four Seasons girl. And I'm like, since when? Since this last season or two? Because why weren't you a Four Seasons girl a couple seasons ago when y'all were in Austin and y'all were staying down at the Red Roof Inn on a
I don't
construction site?
know. I don't know where this fab Giselle has come from, but I was like, I have never known you to be a Four Seasons girl. Look at your house. What are you talking about?
It hasn't given Four Seasons to me, but you know, if that's your new thing, that's your new thing. Look, people evolve. They come into a
Mhm.
little more coin. She's a veteran housewife at this point, so maybe she
Mhm.
is a Four Seasons girl. But don't make it seem like that's what you've always been.
Always been.
You know,
Right.
'cause we're gonna call foul on that one, because y'all you were definitely okay with the accommodations at the Best Western a few
Hello.
seasons ago. So I'm never gonna let them live that trip down. That's what I saw
Never.
that trip. I stopped watching at that episode. Like, y'all are playing in my face.
But that's the problem with Potomac is like, I feel like it is the little engine that could. Y'all just never give us opulence. Y'all never give us wealth. Give us some glam. Give us housewives like
Mhm.
vibes, but we'll give them some time.
I was gonna say, quiet as it's kept, Angel's kind of ushering another level in with taking them to
Hello?
Aspen and private jets and stuff like that. I will say, I have given Ashley historically a lot of grief. Ashley is looking so moneyed these days. When she was walking up to that private jet, I was like, oh, that divorce did her well.
The body is bodying. The clothes are looking better.
Mhm. Mhm.
The hair for sure. I'm like, Oh, Mama is really bringing it season 10. Like
Yeah,
I'm impressed. I'm
yeah.
impressed.
I'm impressed too. She's been looking really good. A really funny tidbit before we move on though was the 2020 booty hole conversation. Did you catch that? So Stacy ate her contacts, and now they're saying she has a 2020 booty hole.
Stacy is, and I just feel like Bravo knows how to capitalize on these quirky moments. Cause I was like, why was that included? But thank God that was included because
Yes.
it was just so funny. The buildup of the contacts being on the plate to no longer being there was just so hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I like about Stacey, is she has really good comedic timing too. It just
Hmm.
adds to
It's
everything.
so natural.
I do. I love that. That had me cracking up though.
Yeah.
So then they touch down in Aspen. I like whenever I see like a cast or any cast on reality TV. I love when they go to Aspen because I've never been. I always like watching it. Have you been to Aspen?
I have not been to Aspen. I would love to go because I just imagine myself being like a ski boy and like just being on the Alps with all the little gear on. I would love
Yes.
to go. Mariah goes there. If Mariah Carey goes there, I want to go there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to bump into her. Aspen. I have a Pinterest board with just like ski outfits because I'm like, I haven't gone yet, but I'm going one day. And I know exactly how I want to look when I get
Exactly. Exactly. You're already prepped. You're already ready.
Yes, I love that. So yeah, they're in Aspen. They go to lunch at this place, and Monique gets it started. Like they're having, some conversation, but Monique asks Jazzy why she told Angel. And I feel like that was a dumb question, Monique. We just talked about this. Why was she not?
Exactly. Ma'am, you knew when you said it that it was going to come back around. And I feel like I loved Jazzy's response because Monique's like, did you tell? And she's like, well, yes.
Yeah, no hesitation. Yes,
Yeah.
sure did. And what about it?
Yeah. Don't be surprised. And she was like, well, I wanted to have that conversation with her. Well, I beat you to it. Now you can have the conversation.
That's the thing, because if you really wanted to have the conversation with Angel, why not just have it with her? You did it with everybody else first. You
Exactly.
you knew what you were doing.
Mhm.
One thing also, these ladies are gonna take me out with the way that they pronounce words. First, it was Wendy with realtor, and now it's Monique saying similarities.
My goodness.
Similarities. It's similarities, Monique.
Similarities.
Similarities. You know what I mean? And I
You
think they
know.
said frustrated, not frustrated, frustrated.
Oh my God. I caught that too. I was like, what's going on? Child left behind. What happened? What's going
George
on?
W. Bush, you will pay for your crack.
I just don't get it. But I'm like, we dealing with some of these girls before cameras, they were some roundaway girls. So, it is what it is.
Look, and it's no judgment there, but
No
I'm just
judgment.
like similarities. She said, because this is like the third time that I've heard her say it, but it was like
Hmm.
in previews when I
Hmm.
heard it before. So now she said it in the episode, and I was just like, and nobody corrects each other. That's the other thing. I'm like, y'all can read each other about everything else. Angel, you speak very well. I know you heard her say similarities. You should have whacked her. I would have been like, actually, Monique, thank you for your concern. The word is similarities.
And that would have been a moment in itself.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was very easy. It was right there for you, Angel, and you missed it.
Right there.
And you missed it. It's almost like she was scared, because I will tell you what, that's how I'm gonna get under somebody's skin every time.
For sure.
Every time. When people try to
For
troll
sure.
me on social media, I'm like, "Oh, you're using the incorrect form of your sorry."
It's always that. It's always your. That beats people down so bad. And I don't know what's so hard about it.
But anyway, we move on from that. Monique is definitely projecting onto Angel.
Hmm.
You agree?
Oh, that was like, I put it in all caps in my notes. I was like, Monique is projecting. Because, ma'am, you known this woman 2 Sundays. Like, how are we coming up with this? And why are you so deeply concerned?
Yeah, you were freed from your situation with Chris, and I can understand, like, it wasn't a good situation for you, and you feel
Hmm.
liberated, and you think that you see some similarities between you and this other woman, but I think you're just looking for them, right? Because you guys both dated these professional athletes, and
Hmm.
so I think you're looking for things where they might not be there, because by all accounts, from what we've been able to see from Bobby, he worships Angel.
Do anything that she wants, make sure that she's comfy. She wants to do this. Like, I haven't seen anything that Monique feels like she's seeing.
Right. I haven't seen that either. I mean, it was the comment about the kids, but I also understood what Angel was saying. Angel was like, I use the word watch when either of us are gonna just have the kids. She's I don't just say he watches the kids. She's like, when I have them, I watch them also.
Mhm.
It's just the word that I use. I do like that Angel told her straight away that she was wrong, but I didn't like that Angel was explaining her childcare situation. Like she gives them too much.
Exactly. I was like, why have we gotten so deep into the conversation that you are now explaining that you have your babysitter till 9 p.m.? That's none of these people's business. You
It's
need
not.
to literally be cut and dry. This is it. What else are we talking about? Y'all ready to go buy some cowboy hats?
That's it. That's it. Do you think Angel is nervous though?
I think that she is. I think that
Mhm.
she's timid. And it's crazy because you be having this energy everywhere else, but in the moment. And like, I feel like now that she's done filming the season, she's like, oh, these people weren't my friends. These were my coworkers. And
Mhm.
now she's ready to claw. But
Right.
you gotta, you gotta do it I need her to be quicker, you know?
That's it. That's it. But we'll see at the reunion because, like you said, she had a chance to watch it back. They just filmed the
Mhm.
reunion, so hopefully she was really on her game.
I hope
But
so.
we'll see. That might be her last ditch effort too to secure a season two.
Well, yes. Well, yes.
Well, yes. So then Wendy, she tries to confront Jazzy, which leads to Jazzy saying something interesting, but I'm gonna get to that. Before
Hmm.
I get to that, though, let's talk about Wendy really quickly because the
Hmm.
chatter that I'm seeing about her online, people are saying that Wendy is now turned into the mean girl that she was experiencing from Gizelle a couple of seasons ago. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree, but I do feel as though Wendy, I feel like Wendy and Gizelle both came into this season knowing that Karen wasn't going to be there. And I feel like they try to make certain conversations happen and make sure we're getting a show.
Mhm.
It feels like that because I don't, although I've heard things about Wendy's personality, I don't want to believe that she's a mean girl. But I don't know. I feel like she's just working this season.
Well, what have you heard, Kevin Bobby?
You know, I've heard that there is an attitude there from multiple people I've heard,
Mm,
but I don't want to believe it because I'm team Wendy forever.
yeah,
I still don't believe she did it. I don't care what the people say in the court. I don't think Wendy did it. She's
free
innocent.
her. Yeah.
Free Wendy till it's backwards. But I have heard that, she's a stern girly.
It's so interesting because I met Wendy before virtually when
Hmm.
she came onto Reality with the King some years ago. And
Hmm.
all I will say, every housewife, every reality star that I met when I was executive producing Reality with the King, they were always really nice. What I have realized though, and I've said this before, I do realize though the position I was meeting them in, like I'm meeting them as Carlos King's executive producer. So there is like a layer of respect that they probably felt, and so it's
Hmm.
always interesting to me because I'm like, yeah, I met Wendy virtually. It wasn't in person, but she was super nice. The same with Gizelle. Gizelle was really cool, right? So I'm always wanting to make sure that like I say, oh no, I had a good experience with them. But I'm like, if you are introduced to anyone as an executive producer, you probably are going to have a pretty decent experience with them, unless they're just a jerk.
It's always about levels to me
Yeah.
because there are some people that are in the industry that I've come across that were super nice, even if I'm like not an executive producer. Da, 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 da. And then there were some that it doesn't matter what you do, who you are, they just are not nice
Hmm.
people. So it
Hmm.
really depends on the celebrity and it depends on the situation, I think.
It's interesting to me too, though, because I think a hallmark of a good person is obviously anybody meeting you and saying that they had a good experience, right? No matter like meeting you and you not knowing like who they are, what type of position they hold, because it's
Hmm.
easy to be nice to someone when you think they have status, right?
Exactly.
But if you're not that good of a person and you treat people who you deem less important badly,
And it's crazy because there are some celebrities, well, reality stars, that you would expect to be a nightmare, and they turn out to be completely the opposite. So
yeah.
it's a really interesting thing. Yeah, you just never know. You really never know.
So with the other part about this that I wanted to touch on after Wendy talks to Jazzy was Jazzy then turning her issue to Tia and saying, and saying that Tia is staying in Angel's house by default. I was like, Jazzy, what do you mean by this? I was so confused at first.
I love that sometimes it just seems like Jazzy just jumps out the window. Like, but I love once she explained it, I was like, I kind of get it. Once she explained, it made sense because I was
Yeah.
like, if there was no room for a third person and Angel is trying to make this decision, I know she looked to Kiana and Kiana was like, well, don't invite Jazzy,
Right.
invite Tia.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is completely what she meant when she said, use your brain.
Yeah. That was the funniest part to me though, because I was like, well, if I was sitting at that table and you said that I stayed in somebody's house by default, and I'm like, excuse me, and you're like, use your brain, I would be like, well, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, have to give me a little bit more than that. But yes.
Yeah, I did want her to explain more because it
Yes.
just seemed very like open ended, but you know,
Yeah, I heart Jazzy though, and that was really funny because yeah, once she got in the confessional and she laid it out first, I was like, oh
it
yes,
made
no, that makes
sense.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. These girls are so funny. So then, toward the end of the scene, we see Tia and Monique realize that there is a lot of dogpiling happening with
Mhm.
Angel, and they go up to her. Ashley even comes up to Angel, and Angel is crying. And I actually felt really bad for Angel. I feel bad a lot for Angel in these
Mhm.
instances because she does seem like someone who cries out of frustration. And maybe not necessarily because she's super hurt, but just I'm so frustrated because, and she even mentions this later in the episode, these women are dedicated to misunderstanding her at every turn. And
Mhm.
so I felt bad that she was crying, but I also was just like, for Monique and Tia to understand that this is what's going on, why do they never defend Angel in the moment? Like they just let Gizelle go on her rampages.
If I'm being quite honest, I think that that scene of her crying, I don't even think they were in show mode at that moment. It felt like this is oh, we know cameras are here, but this is us giving you some housewife coaching.
Yes.
Like I felt like they were just like because Ashley isn't even really cool with Angel right now. She's like, girl, you left me for dead. But I think that this moment was like, I see you crying. Hey, let me clock out real quick. Hey girl, this is how it is. This is how you gotta be. I understand it's frustrating, but you are gonna kind of have to do this and that. It felt like coaching,
Yeah.
which to me, like, it made me really like Ashley in that moment and Monique because I felt like they could put everything aside and just be like human for a minute and not like a reality star.
Yeah, it was a nice moment from them. I do
Mhm.
wish that they would just do it more when Giselle towards Giselle, right? Like letting Giselle know, like
Mhm.
maybe you can back off a little bit. They just let her run wild. Even in that moment, like they were trying to, like you said, maybe do some coaching to Angel. Giselle comes in and pulls them away. Like just so mean, girl.
So nasty and so rude. Cause what? I was like, Giselle, you have a special seat somewhere, and it's not beside Jesus.
It
That is crazy. But I think again, I know you say like you want them to do it more like in the moment to Giselle, but I think that what happens is they let it run its course until there's tears. And it
mm,
seems like this is like the second time I remember Angel crying before, and I can't remember what situation, but people coming over to be like, hey, I know you feel this. Da, da, da. So I think that in the moment they think she can handle it, and then she starts crying. They're like, okay, let's give her a
yeah.
second. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to her though. She's really got to toughen up and buck up. Like I feel like she doesn't I feel like she knows she's on this show, but she didn't really understand or think that it would go this way for her.
Yes, yes, I agree with you there. Like it is the onus isn't on them to like console her after the fact. It's on her to defend herself in the moment
Hmm.
and do a much better job at that. And yeah, you're right. I think we've all talked about this a lot throughout the season. Angel came in and probably assumed that her WAG status and like her amazing home, like her lifestyle would be a lot more impressive to these ladies and that they would fall at her feet because of it. And they're
Hmm.
just kind of like, we're not impressed.
Yeah. I mean, look at how Monique came in with her four homes, and Giselle was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So this is like a replay of that.
Yeah.
Giselle's looking at her like, I don't care what you got. You are going to get it this season.
Do you think that Jazelle is jealous of women who are married? Because that's another sentiment I've been seeing online.
Well, let the record show that Giselle has gone after many husbands and marriages during her time on this show. Turn it on.
Use your brain. Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I'm always I don't know. I never can definitively say stuff
Mhm.
or say that because I also know that Giselle at this point thinks that she knows what we want as an audience, and so she's always in producer mode, and for her, that means I'm on a reality TV, I have to be messy, I kinda have to
Right.
be mean, and so I don't I can't say definitively, but when there is a pattern, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it might be a duck.
It might be Daffy.
It might be Daphne. So they are finally done with the lunch from hell, and they head to Kemo Sabe, and it looks like such a fun time in there. Every time I see Kemo Sabe on TV, I'm like, I can't wait. Like we already talked about going to Aspen.
Right.
Look, Kevin, when we go to Aspen, we're gonna go to Kemo Sabe and get our hats.
Oh, I'm down.
Okay.
I am so down.
Okay. But it looks fun. And, we're 15 episodes in. Angel, again, she's talking about how the ladies are dedicated to misunderstanding her. Like I said, I'm at the point where it's getting tired because yeah, they keep trying her. But I think to your point, it's because she's not really defending. She's an easy mark at this point.
Easy.
An easy mark. There was a Bolo mention in this episode. I was shocked to see him pop up on my screen.
It was so out the blue. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, I do not need to be taken back there. That was a very dark time.
Trauma.
Very,
Trauma.
very traumatic. So then they go up to the bar and Ashley jumps behind the bar immediately and she makes them a pink pea drink. And I was like, at every turn, she's gonna remind us that she is a bisexual queen.
That is literally in all caps in my notes. Ashley, we get it, mama. Like the over sexualizing of just everything. Be liberated, be free. I
Yeah,
get it. But I
yeah.
feel like she is low key like trying to bait and see which one of these ladies will try it.
I think she is because you see when she tried to let Kay know that she could kiss
On the
her.
float.
Yes, on the floor, and Kay was like, "What she say?
It's like,
Don't swing it, or I got
"Ah,
you." Yeah, she was like, "No, girl, I do not swing that way." But yeah, it was so interesting. I don't know why the p word. I don't know why it makes me so uncomfortable when I
It's
when
a
they, people say it.
for me, it's a slimy word. Like it
Ooh,
just feels
slimy.
like ugh. And I thought it was just because I'm a gay man. I'm a platinum gay man. Like I was a C-section baby, so I never even been down through there.
Oh,
I've
oh,
never
so
even
you don't.
touched it. It just for me, and I'm like the fact that I guess as a millennial, I am still not used to the fact that we can say it on TV now. Because,
Right.
at a certain point, there were so many words that were just censored on TV, and now we become so like it's normalized to say that. And I'm just like, what? So, yeah, her kept repeating it, and I'm just like, it's
You
not
were
for
like,
me.
"Please get it away from
Enough.
me." Wait, so you've never even tried?
I have never even tried. I just knew at a certain point. I've had girlfriends, but
Mhm.
we'll do a little kissy kiss and a little hug, a little hold hands. But I'm like, all right, girl, you gotta go home now. It just, it's not for me.
That's hilarious. But look, when you know, you know. When you know what you like, you just know what you like.
I knew
It is what
naturally.
it is. Yes, I love that. So then they start going around and showing off their purchases and the costs of the purchases. Now, I need your thoughts on this because the internet is really turned off by this.
Really?
Yeah, they
Okay,
think it's really
so
tacky.
I, I it's tacky, but for me, I was like, okay, well, finally on Potomac, we're showing them spending some kind of
Yeah.
money that's
Mhm,
over a
mhm.
$100, even though Wendy,
And her turquoise earrings.
$200, and you talking about you rich, but $200 is a lot for a lot of people, so I won't get into that. But I just wasn't expecting Ashley to be the biggest spender out of the group. But
Yeah, no,
like you said, that new money
hey, I'm not
just
mad at
casually
it.
dropped 4K. I'm like, okay.
On a belt of all things. On a belt of all things. I was like, I'm
Who
not
would have
mad at
thought? Look
Mhm,
at where we
mhm.
are.
Look at how far we've come. Okay. So my thoughts about this is that like when we see, when you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, anytime they come in with something extravagant, they put the cost of that thing. Like
Hmm.
remember when Tilly came on with that Louis Vuitton like ship purse thing? It was like
Hmm.
30 grand. They put the prices of their Birkins on all the time. And so I'm
Hmm.
like, I understand the sentiment because you're showing us opulence. Like there is not there is no world where a lot of people are out buying $30,000 purchases. And so I
Yeah.
think I'm on the fence about this because I'm like, well, Potomac has never given really luxury. It's not the positioning hasn't been that it's a luxury city. So
Hmm.
we don't really try to understand how much they spend on certain items. But I also thought, is it kind of a joke though? Because we see $30,000 purses on this other city, and now the highest purchase was a $4,000 belt.
Right.
Are they
You
trolling
know,
us at this point?
it's given a little bit of troll.
And when I say trolling, I don't mean that they're doing it like maliciously. I don't think
Yeah,
there's
no,
any
no, no,
malicious
no.
intent behind it or anything like that. I just am like, it is really funny though that this is
There's
we
a
finally get that with Potomac and it's
stark
$250.
difference.
Yeah, of course earrings.
Plus,
And you
Stacy didn't even get anything. She was looking for a keychain. So,
right, right. So yeah, that was interesting, and I love seeing the conversations online about these shows. That's one of my favorite
mhm,
parts about watching TV communally almost, right? Like you watch it and everybody on social has their own perspectives because you
yeah,
get to see like how people are viewing this almost like sociological experiment, right?
right.
So it was the conversations have been interesting behind that. But yeah, Stacey and Monique, neither of them bought anything. And yeah, Wendy, she said not only is she rich, her kids are rich too. And I'm like, Wendy,
I
you are
put in
so
all
bold.
caps crazy foreshadowing. Crazy foreshadowing.
Insane. Insane.
We hope that that clip is not in a reunion package.
Oh,
Andy, please don't do this to
please.
Wendy, please.
They're gonna put that on the Summer Jam screen. Every her renovation purchases. Oh yeah, we got that. We got prices
Uh,
earlier in the season with her renovation and stuff like that. But they're not gonna let her live this down.
Not at all. And I feel so terrible. That's my girl.
I know. Free Wendy,
Free
for real.
Wendy.
She's having such a good season. She looks so good. But look, that new trial is set for March. I think it got moved.
Okay.
Trial
Uh,
date or appearance or something. I don't know. I'm not.
is it bad for me to say, send Eddie in? Send Eddie in. I just don't take Wendy from us. He got to take the brunt of this for her.
Hey,
You
hey,
wrote the emails.
hey.
Please. I don't want to. It's crazy. Like, we've gone this season and not seen Karen. But for me, like, Wendy is such, like, one of my favorites that I don't want to see a season without Wendy. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because it feels like she's finally starting to find her footing.
yet she's in her groove. Like,
She is. She's in her groove. She's light. She's funny this season. So we'll see. I think worst case, or I think best case scenario, because it does sound like there's a lot of evidence against them. I think
mhm,
what we can maybe hope for at this point is like probation or something
I
like that.
hope.
Or if they do have to serve time, they can do it Teresa and Joe style, where one goes
Hmm.
in and then the other one stays out with the kids and then they switch.
Hmm.
But let's pray for no time.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
I don't want to see that. I do not want to see
Yeah.
them behind bars. That's awful. But yeah, on a lighter note, they head upstairs to the outdoor bar and Mauricio shows up. And the girls are hot in the pants for Mauricio. Gizelle said if it weren't for Kyle, she would spend time with him horizontally. I'm not mad at that. And the way he said, "Hey Giselle," I was like, "Oh,
Right.
maybe he might want to do that too."
Listen, that's a fine man. That
I
is
was
a fine man.
Listen, I was gonna say with respect to my
Well,
man,
yes. Well,
right?
yes.
Mauricio, yeah, he's a very attractive guy, and I love that. Oh, Tia said he has big D energy and he knows it too. You can just tell that he knows. Yeah, I'm
That
him.
is a fact. He
That's
knows that he's listed as one of the hottest house husbands. He knows it. So
yeah,
his vibe the whole time was very much so given that. Just what's up? Hey, how you?
yeah.
It's like an older F boy. Like, I was just like, okay.
That's it. 'Cause he came, he's like, "What are you guys doing in my town?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, your town."
He was like, "Oh, you in my city? You pulling up?"
Right.
Like, it was very
Oh.
strange, but
I'm
I
like,
liked
You
it.
the man around here? Oh,
We gotta check in
okay."
with you.
That's really what it gave. Yeah, he's very distinguished. Like you can tell he's moneyed. Yeah, I
Hmm.
can. He's definitely a hot one. But and Ashley understands the assignment though. Ashley is like, hey, that could be my next man,
Immediately.
and she locked in on it. Now let's talk real quick because Gizelle was like, Kyle, he's off limits because of Kyle. So she kind of cocked blocked Ashley a little bit. And I said, was this for Kyle or is it low key because Gizelle?
We are on the same page. We see each other.
You
Cause I
see,
was like, is this really about Kyle? Because like you seem really pressed like a panini. Like, what is happening?
yes, Giselle. I think, Mama, I think you were a little bit jelly that
Hmm.
Ashley was ready to go for it. Stacy was also like, hey, if that's what you want, let's make it happen. Jazzy said, don't let your friends keep you from your husband. And I was like, Jazzy, don't do that.
That was wild. I was like, that's wild.
That was wild to say because she could have at least just said, don't let a fellow housewife keep you from your husband, but
Yeah,
not your
like
friend, Jazzy.
she, you
That was
know,
hilarious.
Giselle for sure seemed very pressed because her following them over to that little bit and like peeking and like, what's going on here? Okay, Ashley, let's. It just was like, damn, back up.
Called Ashley a hot mess in front of him, which Ashley was very offended by.
Ashley, come on now.
She was
Outside of
very
this,
offended.
you know that you're a hot mess. So what?
That she was telling the truth about you, but Ashley was like, Giselle, I don't appreciate you saying that. And I was like, is this the first time we've seen her like push back?
Exactly. Because before it's always been, oh, Giselle is my wing woman. Giselle is my wing woman. But now, I don't know.
I don't know
Competition.
either. Yeah. Let's let one of them have Mauricio in the text messages or in the DMs and let's just see how that plays out because
Okay.
Giselle was like, yeah, we don't want any Potomac and Beverly Hills beef. But it's like, no, you don't want any Ashley and Giselle beef. That's what you don't want.
We haven't seen that in many, many moons.
Well, that leads us to the end of the final scene where Giselle is laying out the plan for the rest of their evening and the next day. She wants them to do brunch and then go home. Angel really wants to go fly fishing.
Has Angel been fly fishing?
That's what her company does. Wanderland.
Oh, that's what her company does? See, there's been so much kerfluffle about everything else but the business. So
They do luxury fly fishing experiences, if I'm quoting her correctly. Because yeah,
now, was this on an episode? I literally feel like she's brought up the business and it just is so fly in the night. Like, I just.
I think you probably glaze over when she starts talking about it because not only has it been on one episode, it's been on multiple. Every time she brings up the business, she says that they do fly fishing, Kevin Bobby.
I must have been in the bathroom after all.
You were scrolling your phone at that time. Every time she talks about it, you start scrolling TikTok. Yeah.
I just, you know what? In her confessionals, I just need her to reel me in. When we get to her confessionals, it's very, well, me and my husband, Bobby, we have been married for 2 decades. And I just be like so clocked out. I need her. That's what's missing. I feel like in
Yeah.
these confessionals, that's where she does not shine. I feel like I need her to really give me like
Hmm.
housewife. It's so stuffy.
Yeah. She has very subdued energy. And
Hmm.
it's I mean, there's a place for it, but it just doesn't make for exciting moments and exciting confessionals.
Yeah, I guess that's why I missed the business 4 or 5 times. My God.
It's okay. Look, you know now until next time when you're like, what does Angel do again? What is her business again?
Fly fishing, luxury fly fishing. My
Luxury
goodness.
fly fishing. So look, that brings us to the end of the episode. We're gonna
Mhm.
see next week. Looks like it gets very messy. The women are on the side of the road. Giselle says she has to eat from a food truck, which she never does. I'm scared.
There's a lot going on in the next episode. The girls are talking about going home. Jazzy done ripped her sunglasses off and is going off on Stacy.
Yes.
Wendy's turning around to give Stacy a little 1-2 piece. Like, I'm just like, what is happening?
I guess we'll see. But before I let you go, can we play a little game?
Oh, I'm so down. I love a game.
Okay, so every guest that comes on Channel Surf, we play dinner party guest list. Okay.
Okay.
And what this is you are throwing your dream dinner party. Okay. You have an unlimited budget, whatever you want, whatever chef, drinks, all the things
I got
for
the
this
angel
dinner party.
budget.
You have the angel budget. Okay. Because
Yeah.
everybody that you invite, they get to come by private jet. They get to fly in with the
Yes.
private jet.
Yes.
Okay. So this is an amazing party. You get 5 invites for this party.
Okay.
5 reality stars. So they don't have to be housewives. They can be,
Oh,
they don't have
okay.
to be. 5 reality stars that you are inviting to your dream dinner party.
Oh my God. That's so hard.
It
Okay.
is.
My number one, Jackie Marie Christie.
Jackie Marie Christie, Doug Christie's wife.
Christie's wife. I'm a boss. I love Jackie Christie. She is so wacky in such a good way that I
Yes,
feel like
yes.
she would turn the dinner up. So Jackie
Mhm.
Christie, Candy Burris, even though she's more than a
Ooh.
reality star,
Yeah.
but one of my favorite housewives. So Candy Burris. This may come as a surprise to some, but I'm gonna invite Snooki. Snooki is one of my
Oh,
favorite reality stars. I think she
yes.
is so funny. Who else? I gotta go back to Housewives. Candace Diller Bissett. Ugh,
Not
love.
Bassett.
Bissett? Bassett?
Bassett.
Bassett. Oh my God, similarities. Oh my God, they're gonna get me. They're gonna get me. Oh my God. Okay.
Simu.
Bassett.
Yes.
Bassett. And then my last one. Ooh, it's so hard to pick the last one. I gotta go back to basketball wise. I'm gonna invite Tammy Roman.
Ooh.
Love. What kind of dinner would this be? Oh,
Oh, chaotic. Jackie,
very chaotic.
Sophie, Tammy, and Candace. I feel like the only one who would be calm is Candy.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Candy will
absolutely.
be Candy
She's
will
gonna
be
be
calm.
sitting back and observing the mess.
Yes. I mean, Candace can go either way. Candace might give you chill, but I feel like with Jackie and Tammy, it could get
You don't know
interesting.
where that's going.
Yeah, you really don't know. I will say, I think you have one of the most unique dinner party guest lists because
Oh,
I have
really?
not had anybody say Jackie Christie. No
Oh.
one's ever said Candy, I don't think. No
Mm-hmm.
one has ever said Snooki.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also the first one to say Tammy Roman. So the only person that, to my immediate knowledge, that has been mentioned before is Candace. But
Oh,
everybody else
okay.
is their first time being mentioned. So shout out to
Oh,
you.
I love that. Listen, I love girls all over the span of reality TV, so I gotta
Yes.
include my faves.
Yeah, I love that. Well, this has been so fun. Thank you so much for coming to
Yeah.
chat. Real
Thank
Housewives
you
of
for
Potomac.
having me.
Oh yeah, this was a pleasure. Guys, you will see Kevin Bobby back again. But if you want to
Yeah.
let them know where they can find you and follow you, if you like them to.
Yes, feel free to follow me. My blog is Reality Chat. We cover Bravo, VH1. Unfortunately, if you're looking for Zeus, you will not find it on ours, but I can recommend some. So follow me there on Reality Chat. Also, if you do want to follow my personal page, I'm Kevin Bobby on Instagram and Twitter as well.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into my Real Housewives of Potomac, a recap with Kevin Bobby. Please go follow his platform, Reality Chat. But like he said, if you're looking for Zeus, you will not find it there. And you are also never going to find it here. So I hope that's not where you're looking for from me either. But until next time, talk to you guys soon. Bye.